Hello, everyone. I'm your host, Ian Kelly from IJR Sports, and this is the 2016 World Series preview between the Chicago Cubs and the Cleveland Indians. What I'm going to do is I'm going to discuss the main things going on in this World Series. I will be talking about the Cubs. I'll be talking about the Indians. I will go into analysis, like what's better, what's their better starting pitching. Who's better when it comes to their relievers? Who's better when it comes to their position players? When it comes to their manager? And at last, I will do my prediction at the end. So at the end, I will do my World Series prediction. All right. First, let's talk about the Cubs. Now, a lot of people know I am a diehard Cubs fan. I've been a Cubs fan my whole life. So if this thing is biased, I do apologize. But honestly, I'm happy that the Cubs are here. I'm extremely happy that the Indians are here. And I honestly believe that this will be a great series, and I'm looking forward to Game 1 tomorrow. Now, with that being said, let's get into the first category. The probables. The probable pitchers. From what I've been told, Game 1 is Lester versus Clubber. Game 2 is Tomlin versus Arrieta. Game 3 is Hendricks versus Bauer. Game 4 is Merritt versus John Lackey. Now, Game 5, Game 6, and Game 7 can be different, so that's why I'm leaving them off there. When it comes to the rotation, I got to give it to the Cubs. I think that their starting five is a lot better than Cleveland, so I'm going to go with the Cubs there. Now let's go to the relievers. If you look at the Cubs relievers, they got Chapman, Edwards, Grimm, Montgomery, Rendon, Strop, Wood, all right? And then if you look at the Indians roster, they got Anderson, they got Allen, McAllister, Otero, Shaw, and finally their person that they use all the time, Andrew Miller. I will give it to when it comes to the relievers, it's actually very tough, but I got to give it to Cleveland. I say Cleveland has the edge when it comes to the relievers. All right, the relievers, I gotta go Indians. Now I'm gonna go by position. So at catcher, it is for the Cubs, David Ross, and for the Indians, it is Roberto Perez. Now I'm gonna go with Perez on this one. I think Perez is a lot better than Ross, even though Ross is one of my favorite Cubs players. I got to go with Perez. Now at first base, you got Anthony Rizzo versus Carlos Santana. And for that, I'm going to go with Rizzo on this one. Second base, you got Jason Kipnis for the Indians versus Javier Baez for the Cubs. Based on how Baez has done during the playoffs, I'm going to go with Baez. So that's another one for the Cubs. Shortstop, we have Addison Russell for the Cubs and Francisco Lindor for the Cleveland Indians. Now, this is tough, and I'm going to give the edge to Russell. I think Russell is better than Lindor. All right? It was very close. I was actually going back and forth on Lindor and Russell, but I'm going to go with Russell on that one. So that's another one for the Cubs. Third base, you have Chris Bryant and Jose Ramirez. And based on the fact that I don't think anyone's actually heard of Jose Ramirez, except unless you're an Indians fan, I'm going to go with Chris Bryant here. Chris Bryant. Left field, you have for the Cubs, Ben Zorbist versus the Indians, Coco Crisp. Now, I'm going to go with Ben Zorbist here. It's close between Zorbist and Crisp, but I'm going to go with Ben Zorbist. Center field, you have Dexter Fowler for the Cubs, and you got Tyler Nguyen, the rookie for the Cleveland Indians. Now, I'm going to go with Dexter Fowler on that one. Dexter Fowler, 4 RBIs in the NLCS. I'm gonna go with Fowler on that one. It's another one for the Cubs. Right field, you have Jason Hayward versus Lonnie Chisenhall. Now this one, I'm gonna give to the Indians. I think Chisenhall has been a lot better than Hayward during this season. So Chisenhall for the Indians at right field. DH, I actually don't remember who the DH is for the Cubs. I don't remember. But I know that DH for the Indians is Mike Napoli, who I will admit is pretty good. I mean, I know he's only had like 1 home run during the postseason, I believe, but that's besides the point. He's still a great DH. All right. So next, let's go over the reserves. I'm going to go with their bench, and I'm going to say which one's the better bench, Cleveland or Chicago. Cleveland, you have Almora, Coghlan, Contreras, Montero, and Soler. For the Indians, you got Davis, Gomez, and IJR. Now, I'm going to give this to the Cubs for this one. Because you think about it, I know Soler has been hitless for the Cubs this postseason, even though he was great for them in 2015. Montero, I think his only hit in the whole playoff was that grand slam in the game 1 of the NLCS. Contreras, he has been a great rookie for the Cubs. Home run in game 6. Coghlan has barely done anything, and Almora is hitless during this postseason. You look at the Indians, Gomez has yet to play. IJR is 3 for 8. And Rajat Davis has been 0 for 12. So I will say the Cubs for this one. And the last category I'm looking at is manager. Terry Francona versus Joe Maddon. Fun fact about this: in the 2008 ALCS, Joe Maddon's Tampa Bay Rays beat Terry Francona's Red Sox in 7 games to go to the World Series. All right. So that's a fun fact. 2008 ALCS, Joe Maddon defeated Terry Francona. Now, here's the thing that I'm going to say. Francona is the better manager. Joe Maddon is my favorite manager of all time. But if you look at the resume of Francona and you look at the resume of Joe Maddon, Francona beats him out. So Francona and the Indians win that one. So with that all being said, with all of everything I have said, I had the Cubs winning. I had the Cubs winning in 7 games. I think it will be a great series. I had the Cubs in 7. All right. So Cubs in 7 is my prediction here. And that is it for my 2016 World Series preview. Like, share, and comment. And I will see you next time. So stay tuned next on IJR Sports.